this is exactly what I would do. These are things that I'm getting ready to share with you that I see most trainers wouldn't even tell you. One, either because they don't know, or two, they don't want you to know. Okay? Either way, both of them is bad. And so I'm getting ready to share with you steps that I would take, but also things that I actually teach my private coaching clients who are dropping 40, 50, 60 plus pounds. And things that I've learned from going to Georgia State University, studying exercise science and nutrition, and stepping on stage and becoming a bodybuilder, and winning a couple of trophies and getting more ripped than I ever thought I could ever be. And so, with that said, we're about to dive in. This is information that took me over 16 years to learn, guys. Okay. And so, with that said, if I need to drop 30 plus pounds because I want to have abs again, I want to be able to look and feel my best year round, this is the first step that I would take. The first step is environment, guys. Most people would think that, oh yeah, I gotta have the best diet. I just need a diet and a workout plan. I need a strict plan. And the issue is there's tons of plans out there, guys. There's thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, all over social media. But why do people still struggle? What I see after coach for over 16 years is that most people are still not in the right environment, meaning they're not around the right type of people. Because I'm gonna be honest, it's not gonna always be easy. And so when you have those moments of adversity where the weight may not go down like you want it to, or you're not seeing the changes in your body like you want it to, it's easy to fall off when you're not in the right environment because there's no one to support you and encourage you. You know, I've had coaching clients who've dropped so much weight, and one of, I think it was Ann, she was like, Coach Jay, you didn't tell me that people would start to envy and hate on me for dropping all this weight. I think at that time she had dropped maybe 60 or 70 pounds, and she was just like so shocked by how people were just, just shaming her. Oh, she did some kind of weight loss surgery. Oh, she must have did Ozempic or something like that. But in reality, she wasn't. She was doing the right things. She did the nutrition, she did the training, and of course I coached her and gave her the strategies. And you know, but imagine if she weren't in the right environment. Imagine the amount of people who are on their weight loss journey and they go to the gym, yet people are shaming them. Oh, you doing that little workout thing? Oh, all you doing is just eating healthy. How that little workout thing going? You see how they say the little. That's what tends to happen when you're in the wrong environment and you start thinking that you're crazy, but you ain't crazy. You're just not in the right environment. And the ugly part, sometimes these are people that you love and care about. Sometimes these are people that you value their opinion. And in some cases, these people who opinions you value, they're kind of like projecting. They're projecting their experiences on you. They're projecting maybe a friend's experience on you. The type of investment, like, is this is a premium coaching program that I offer my members, my private coaching clients. And them telling some of their friends and family members, they may not even understand, like, what you spent, what you invested, what, why would you do that? But when you're in the right environment, people are going to be like, man, if it matters that much to you, absolutely that investment is worth it. This is your body, this is your health we're talking about. You know the version of yourself you are right now, but you know the version of yourself that you're meant to be deep down. The people that you love and care about may not know that, but you do deep down. Deep down, you may feel a little embarrassed about how your clothes fit. You may feel a little shame about not having the energy that you want to have, or the confidence that you truly want to have with how you're looking and feeling with your family or in your professional life. And so for me, that's why I want to, give myself the best odds of accomplishing the goals that I want to accomplish by putting myself in the right environment. Because I understand when you're in the wrong environment, it's easy to somewhat feel hopeless at times. Like, I grew up in humble beginnings, y'all. I grew up in the hood, and it wasn't a whole lot there to just give you hope. You didn't really see anything. Our frequency are the things that we frequently see. And even as a kid, I didn't understand, like, why do I feel like this? But now that I'm older, And at one point in my career, I start, seeing Midtown Atlanta and Buckhead Atlanta and all the nice cars and the beautiful homes, and the people just have more excitement to them, and people not gossiping all the time. And I'm like, whoa, when I make enough money, I'm gonna move out there. I want to be where the people of greatness are, where the people who are thriving to accomplish more and be more and do more and achieve more. I want to be in that environment. And years later, here I am. I live out here in Buckhead, Atlanta, you know. And that's not to say that living in other places are bad or anything, but I just say that to show that being in the right environment can have a significant impact on the way you think and feel on a daily basis. You don't want to, for me, I didn't want to feel hopeless. I didn't want to feel low vibration. And so I put myself in a better environment to feel that I can accomplish and achieve more. Okay? So that's the first thing I would do from a losing 30 plus pound standpoint. Second thing that I would do, most people that I see who want to lose weight, they think they have to do hours of cardio, countless hours on the treadmill, the elliptical, walking all these steps a day, but they're missing the boat. They find themselves doing all this work and all this effort, spending all this time doing all this cardio, yet they're like, man, why the weight not going down? Why is my stomach not slimming down the way I want it to? This happens because they're not prioritizing nutrition. And so nutrition is 80 to 90% of what it takes to lean out and lose weight, and also have energy. This is why most trainers, you'll hear, they'll say something generic like, just eat less and work out more, eat less, move more. But why do people still struggle losing weight? Because that's not all that it takes. Because calorie intake is not the same based on the foods that you eat. Not all calories are created equal. You could be eating less food, but the wrong quality of food, and feel terrible. You could feel having brain fog. Think to yourself, have you ever ate a meal and you just felt like wiped out, like you just need to go to sleep, or you just got tired, you got more sluggish? That's not the way food is supposed to make us feel. Food is supposed to give us energy. This is why when I teach my private coaching clients, I talk in terms of value-based foods, pleasure-based foods, okay? Value-based foods, they give us energy. Pleasure-based foods, it allows us to feel good, but it takes energy away from us. I know if in the middle of the day, if I had me a waffle or if I had me some cookies, it's gonna steal my energy. I'm gonna be tired mentally. I'm just gonna be like having brain fog. And so I understand that certain foods are in that bucket of pleasure. There's a time for it, but I can't do it when it's time to get busy and help people and make a big impact, And so I'm gonna eat foods that are gonna give me value, not take it away from me, at least 80 to 90% of the time. Then the other 10 to 20%, I'm gonna enjoy myself, okay? So it's very important when I think about energy management, it's not just making sure you're sleeping, making sure you're resting. That's what comes to mind when they think energy management. But it's the way we eat also. And so you eat more quality food, proteins, fruits, vegetables, fibrous foods, healthy fats. You start to eat these types of foods more frequently, you start to have more energy more frequently. You start to notice on a daily and weekly basis, you're able to get through the entire day and still have energy to spend time with your family or just enjoy a social life after you get off work. That's what happens when you start eating the right way, okay? Eating the right portions. But the only way we know our portions is if we know our daily calorie intake. This is critical. A lot of people, I don't want to know my calories, I don't want to track all this. And, guys, listen. If you don't want to know how much money in your bank account, you could somewhat go broke. You could go broke. Not knowing how much is in there versus how much you're spending. Not knowing how much is going in versus how much is going out. That's what's happening to people in health and fitness when it comes to losing weight. They're eating way more than what they're supposed to be eating, not realizing it. And then they're like, man, why is this weight not coming off? I'm eating healthy. Well, you could eat healthy and still not lose weight. And so that's the second thing I'll focus on. Being very mindful with managing my energy. Not just the quality of the foods that I eat, but the quantity of the foods that I eat also. Just that part alone, you're gonna lean out. You can lose all the weight. But if you stop at that part alone, you'll lose weight but look skinny fat. You won't have the tone, you won't have the definition, you won't look strong. And this is why the next thing that I would do is have a proven training routine. Okay? What I see most people doing is these random workouts. They go to the gym just to feel good that they did something. They may have sweated a little bit. They may have gotten a little pump in from doing something at the gym, some bicep curls, some bench press, maybe some cardio on the treadmill or the elliptical, maybe a workout class, but there's no real structure behind what they're doing. And this is what leads to inconsistency. This is what causes them to sometimes see weight go down on the scale, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they're seeing some definition and tone, sometimes they feel bloated. And this inconsistency is caused by a lack of structure. You have to have systems proven that are going to work for you. And so that's what I would do. I want to have nice arms. I want to have a nice chest. I want to have a flat, well, for me, I want to have abs. I don't even just want a flat stomach. I want abs. I want to look my best year round. I don't want to look good some months and then the other months I get all big again. No. And then I'm feeling shame because I'm like, I want to cover up. I have people that reach out to me inquiring about coaching, and these are some things that people typically tell me that they don't really socialize that like they would like to because they're just not as proud about how they're looking, or they may be single and feeling a little lonely and they don't feel that they can really get out and meet the person that they want to be able to meet because they don't feel like they look the part, or they are in the relationship but their spark is gone because they're not happy and proud about how their body is looking. And so things start to slip to the wayside there. So this is why it's important to have something that's proven, that's going to work for you. That way you don't have to stress about those things, okay? Then the last thing is this. You have to have support and accountability. You have to. I see way too many people who try to lose weight on their own, and there's studies, not even just me saying this, but studies show 85 to 90% of people who get on a weight loss journey are going to fail. Like, there's studies that show this. It is staggering to hear that. But when I think about why that happens, because I've been doing this over 16 years now, and I truly believe that this happens because people get started on the journey, they do well, but then when they hit rough patches, they have no support. When they hit rough patches, they don't have anybody to say, hey, I didn't see you at the gym today. Hey, did you still eat the right foods? Hey, did you do your weigh-in? Did you do your progress photos? If you don't have anybody in your corner that's like encouraging you and holding you accountable to the goals that you said you wanted to accomplish, when you hit rough patches, when people hit rough patches, they tend to just fall off because it's like a big tree in the forest. If nobody's around, that big tree hit the ground, fall over, it's almost like the tree was never there because nobody was there to hear it. And so that's what tends to happen to a lot of people. They tend to, man, I'm gonna get on this weight loss journey. I need to lose some weight. I need to lose this stomach, man. But they don't tell anybody to help encourage them and support them. And so when they hit tough times, they just fall off. And it's like, oh, well, I ain't tell nobody, so ain't no harm, no foul. Nobody knows. But you actually want people to know. Because not having people know, it gives you a way out. When we know somebody else is watching, we're just a lot more likely to follow through. We're just a lot more likely to stick to the game plan. Even myself, guys, I have a business coach. And he's one of the number one business coaches he's not even in the United States, but in the whole coaching and mentorship space, he's a big deal. And I see him following me. I see him like some of my posts. I'm like, oh, he's watching. Not that I need that level of accountability. I'm the type of person who just, as long as I can ask questions when I have questions, get my questions answered, I'm gonna get the answers and then go execute. That's me. I don't need you to handhold me. But some people, they need that next level accountability. Like, hey, did you hit the gym today? Hey, did you eat the right foods and the right amount of foods? And so You just got to know yourself. Some people, there's no right or wrong to whichever type of person you are, but I realize people are different, and you got to you got to put yourself in the environment where you get that level of support and accountability based on how you need it. That way you're more likely to follow through and stick to the plan to get the results you want. And so these are things that I would 100% have, because not having these things, the likelihood of success is so slim. Even one of my coaching clients, April, who's in my program, she's down over 60 pounds now, and she's had, some personal adversity, outside of, the health and fitness thing. She just had personal things and a personal life going on, and she would say to me, she was like, Coach, had I not had this community, the Lions Den, that's my private coaching community, we call it the Lions Den, and she was just like, I probably would have fell off, because I wouldn't have been able to see everybody else still putting in the work, seeing everybody else still posting their meals, checking into their workouts, getting the results, and it inspired her because she was in the right environment, and people would, hey, April, you still getting in? Hey, April, you still showing up? We do weekly group coaching calls, and if some of my members don't show up, I'll call them out. Hey, didn't see you. Looking forward to seeing you on the next call now. That level of accountability, you're a lot more likely to succeed than not. And so if you want to look up in the next 3, 6, 12 months, proud about the way your body looks, loving the way your clothes fit, more energy than what you know what to do with, to really excel in your career, but also enjoy time with the people that you love and care about, start doing these things I just shared with you. You start doing these things, I'm telling you, this is how you start to not just get the results, but build a lifestyle that you can sustain. That's what this game is about. Most people just think about weight loss, and this is why they lose some and then gain it back. But when they make the shift of lifestyle, this is what allows for you to keep the results. You think about where you are right now, and think about the person who you want to become. That person who you are becoming, what type of lifestyle does that version of yourself have? Habits, routines. How does that person think? How does that person live their life? These are the things you want to start thinking, because when you think it, you be it, you live it. And that's how you get results and keep it. All right? We out of here. If you would like help from me, I'll drop a link down in the description. You can explore the options of being able to work with me. Let's go.